What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we're going to take a look at Dusty Pool from Deadpool 2. Ryan Reynolds and Logan has been making waves lately, and if you want to order Hot Toys figures or 1/6 collectibles, head over to bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. Double box the figure and $4 shipping. You can pull it on Pile of Loot as well. But let's take a look at this figure. This is an older one that I never really had interest before, but it went on sale, so I picked them up. And let's take a look at this. The box itself has some nice texture to it. It feels like those old recycled boxes. And I haven't unboxed a Deadpool in a while. As you can see, her trainee on the back. You see his logo out there. I never owned the regular Deadpool 2. Because I did have the original Deadpool that I never sold. I should have. As you can see here, it's still sealed Deadpool 2. This is towards the end of the movie where I'm about to buy cable as well. So, I'm trying to get as much Deadpool as I could. Like I said, never thought this was necessary. It went on the price that I was comfortable paying. That's the only reason I picked this up. But Deadpool figures have always been, I've always had interest in them. These are I think those are the chips that he got from the casinos where he got shot, spoiler alert, and that kind of caught the bullet. And this is the necklace that suppresses his mutant abilities. And you got two guns, two Berettas in there. You do have this sort of I think that's a time travel thing that he wears on his wrist. And take out Deadpool himself. The eye is kind of funny right off the box, and first impression looks pretty good because again, I am coming from Deadpool 1, and this has a different feel to it. It feels better, so to speak. And this is the base. You can see the infamous waist grabber and a bunch of like eyes in here as usual. And moving forward here, you got the again the bendy wires, which I can't express how much I hate those things. I have a gazillion of those. I don't know where to put them. I don't really display my figures with them, so I just hate them. Looking at this now, you got the instruction manual on how to attach everything within Deadpool. So it's important to read those, especially if this is your first Hot Toys. This is not mine, but accessory wise, you can see he got an array of hands. Some are the usual hands, but since we're talking about Deadpool, he got some unusual gestures here. Not flipping up the bird or anything like that, but close. He's pointing with his, index finger here. Something that you would also get if you do get the regular Deadpool. It's cool. And then you got the kind of like the gun finger gesture. It's kind of forms an L. And the thumbs up. I know some people are buying custom ones where, again, he has the middle finger. And kind of like an OK sign here. Again, you wouldn't see this, gestures anywhere else, and this is the thing that he does. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that, but really immature. But we're talking about Deadpool here, so I guess I get a pass. And see the eyes, the variation of eyes that comes with Deadpool, very expressive. So you have some options that you want. Of course, not purse, but it's cool. I like it. And now with the weapons, you see two handguns he comes with. Nice and dusty as well. You see some weathering in here. They are not, so it slides back and forth, the slide, and you can also remove the magazine. You have some texture on the handle as well. And then you got his blade here and also the holder. This one has some weathering, battle damage to it. Attaches via magnet on his back. That's pretty cool. And this is die cast. So you got some metal parts in here. The handle again. This is it's called Dusty Pool for a reason, because towards the end, I think some explosion happened and he just became dusty, and kind of like a nod to X-Force Deadpool. So more so, I guess indirectly making his suit sort of black. Where again when he was with the X-Force, and his knife, nice and shiny out there. And this is the collar piece that they you can actually detach this and make it like a loose belt of some sort, but I won't. There's a little tabs that I feel like I'm always gonna break, and those chips slash coins and those blades as well, pretty nicely detailed. And you got this time travel machine kind of thing that he can wear on his wrist, and the base. So this is an improvement, I would say, for my first Deadpool, because the base is actually has a smaller footprint, and I like the artwork, and plus it's like black and white, so that's pretty cool. Now the body of this Deadpool, it is quite nice, let me tell you that. You can see here, you can still see the red, but you see speckles of dust, and Dusty Pool, and he's almost like a black wash. But again, you can see the red. It's almost like dark red here. His shoulder pads, dusty. The biggest difference for me is the material that they used. So on my first Deadpool, it's more of a like leathery type of suit. This is fabric, so there is less, I guess you would call it, fear of destroying it, since it is fabric. So you can pose him out, bend the elbows. I still wouldn't do it for a long period of time, because he does have some areas where there's like pleather, but I don't know, it just feels more forgiving. I don't know if this is the same case for the red Deadpool 2. If it is, then that's a huge improvement in my opinion. Again, I never had that. I only have Deadpool 1. This is quite nice. This would go nicely again with my cable that I will eventually get. I don't have him yet, but I will get one. And moving down here, you see he got two holsters. The knee pads, which is an issue in Deadpool 1, is kind of like just integrated in the suit itself. It's not glued on anymore. So that's pretty cool. So head sculpt. I had no problems with the first Deadpool, and I would honestly say no issues with this Deadpool 2 as well, Dusty version. I like how so the mask is, if you can tell, it's everything sculpted, but they sculpted it so nicely that you can kind of see the ear, and on the back it's kind of like bunching up, like how a real leather fabric would do if you make it a mask. And it does give you the impression that it's just dirty, and dusty and all that. You got this all white speckles all over, his entire suit basically. And the eyes, of course, we can't not talk about the eyes. One thing that's missing though is this tool that you just seen, that black tool which has like a magnet of some sort to make it easier to pry these eyes out, because once you put them in, they are a bit flushed, and sometimes you just gotta push the back so a little bit of the tip would come out, and then you kind of like pry it out with your fingernails. Not the most efficient way of doing so, but if you don't have this tool, then you just gotta do what you gotta do. And you can see the construction, how this Deadpool does operate. He does have these two magnets inside, and you just take the eyes and just kind of wiggle them around. It'll fit eventually. You might not hit it right away, but hey, this is the wide-eyed Deadpool as well. And I was talking about earlier, articulation. I have no issues with this figure whatsoever. As you can see here, the arms raises up pretty high. You can put them forward and rotate them. Make sure you hold him by the shoulders because there's some tugging and pulling going on as well, but not as much to a point where it is unusable. But the legs goes pretty high. Waist does have articulation there. The legs, decent bend on the knee. He doesn't have socks, so you and then you just pull down the shin guard. I mean, are you gonna put him on a scooter? Maybe that's a thing. There's like a 1/6 scooter out there, but yeah, it just shows you the suit itself is forgiving. That I would say, if you like posing figures, this is one figure that you're gonna have fun with. And speaking of poses, let's go ahead and do this last pose session here. Here he is sitting after he got shot. He's kind of injured here. So that's pretty cool. Sitting on Mark 85 stand. So this is the last scene. Even the background that you're seeing here, it's on the last scene here. So he's kind of like giving the thumbs up that he's okay. And since this is Deadpool, that's one good thing about Deadpool, is he can integrate himself anywhere else. This is the background is, I couldn't find any more Deadpool, so I just pick what's on my computer, and this is the last scene on Game of Thrones. And everything's burning, so he could be there as well. I mean, we're talking about Deadpool here, who just shows up wherever he wants to, basically. And one more here. He's inside this abandoned warehouse, and as you can see here, he got his swords ready. He's ready to go. One behind his back, and I'm just using the normal stand here, nothing fancy. Again, the background is The Last of Us. So I'm worried about Deadpool 3 because they're a Disney property now. Hopefully it's still R-rated, still the jokes are not censored, so to speak. So we shall see. But my final thoughts on this figure, I like it. I like it a lot more than I thought I would. I wouldn't recommend it for the MSRP price, but since this has been released for years, perhaps you can get this cheaper. Maybe under 200, ideally. Under 170, that's, any Hot Toys under 170, I would say, is almost a deal. But this is a good figure, especially if you don't have any Deadpool. The way the fabric moves his suit, I love it, because again, I don't have any fear of messing up the figure, breaking something. It's not the same as my red Deadpool, where I hold it and I pose it. I always get this anxiety that I am gonna rip the suit, or in general you are gonna rip something. You won't have that here. I think they learned their lessons from that Deadpool 1. So as a figure, this is pretty good. Would you rather get the red one? Of course, that is the regular Deadpool. But if you're banking on the movie, I don't even think the movie has began filming. So after that, once it's announced, it's gonna be 2 years. There's gonna be a long period of time where you don't have Deadpool. So at least if you do have this, Ryan Reynolds was wearing this, when he was joking around with Logan. So let me know in the comments how you feel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.